Together in the Brenask marshes. You wanted to enter a bond of love with me.
Yes, that was nice. But you lied to me before that.
I wanted to save you. If I told you the truth, you wouldn't have come with me. Anyway, I still like to think about it. Nuri, you must have one nice memory. Do you remember... Do you remember that dwarf in the Tash Mountains?
You beard? He was funny.
And the knight Bogomil Rathling?
The two of them were always arguing.
And the grouchy fisherman, and Izida, the gypsy. I'm sorry, I forgot about Izida. It's time you become a fairy again. Do you remember how happy and carefree you used to be?
Of course I remember. That makes me even sadder.
Come on, that's enough for today.
Do I have to go back in the cage?
Fortunately, yes. With a pet raven on my shoulder, the Andergastrians will immediately take me for a warlock again. I'm glad those days are over.
Oh well.
On the way back, let's stop by Fahi's tent. He has such a carefree manner. I'm sure he'll raise your spirits.
Garon?
Yes?
I want to be like I was in former times too, but I don't know how. So much has happened.
We'll manage somehow. This is where we met for the first time.
You were trying to catch me like a bird.
How was I to know you'd be so big and so stubborn?
You're a fine one to talk.
You're right. Even if we don't have a whole lot in common, we can certainly agree on that. Who are those people?
These statues scare me.
They look like the pillars from Fahi's tale, only with faces. Hey there, what's going on?
Brider, I can't work like this.
Master Bodiak?
This man is disturbing my investigation. Talk to him. Send him away. I have no time for this sort of thing.
I'm sorry, but the School of Arcane Combat of Andergast has closed off this area until further notice. You should go home.
What happened here?
A mob from the city wanted to chase a traveling merchant out of the country, and this is what became of them. Ta-da! Ancient Tulamide pillars with an Andergastrian core. No trace of the merchant.
He disappeared?
Yep, now shoo. Otherwise the same thing might happen to you too.
Everything's cursed. Fahi was our best chance to heal you.
But isn't he evil? Didn't he petrify those people?
Nuri, that was an Andergastrian lynch mob. Had I been able, I would have turned them into stone too. He must have left a trace around here somewhere. I'd better find it before the mages from the School of Arcane Combat do. Otherwise we'll be right back where we started.
The spirit must have been petrified as well. What did the mage look like? Watch it, lad. I've got sharp eyes. Hands off! This zone is restricted.
The pillar. It has the face of the butcher woman from the market. What happened here? A stone with a stone sword and an elaborately chiseled beard. If it really were chiseled, that is. Hey, anybody in there?
She can't hear a thing. And if you keep yelling like that, neither can I. So, please. From what direction did the attack come?
Are you asking me?
Oh, he's still here. Brider, I expect more martial severity. See to it that he goes away. I can't understand a word this way.
Beat it.
All right. But I'm
I
not
don't
going
hear a
back
thing.
until I know where
Not
far
a
he went.
single thought.
Hey, is there any trace of the merchant?
Indeed there is. He's carrying a double
spirit
kunchuma,
must have
which he
been
uses to
petrified
slice
as well.
up every little pain in the neck that comes along.
What? How do you know that?
I can see it. He's standing behind you, grinning. No, we still don't know anything.
From what
Now, please
direction
go
did the
away.
attack come?
Otherwise I'll be in even more trouble. Hey, that rope is there for a reason.
I'm too far away for that.
Geron, I can't fly again yet.
I know, Nuri. Just rest. I can do it by myself. If these really are petrified people, I need to be careful with my spell. Nothing's happening. Most locks aren't terribly impressed with my pathetic spell. Better not. That girl is watching out of the corner of her eye. I'm too far away for that. If these really are... Not as long as that mage is nearby. That exceeds my powers.
Take your paws off my... Hands off! How many attackers were there?
Hey, that rope...
If I want to get to the...
The spirit must have been petrified as well.
These pillars remind me of Phi's description of the burial chamber.
Did the attack come?
I have to find Phi. Only he can transform new...
He's a funny fellow.
Only as long as he doesn't see that I have a talking raven
How
with me.
many attackers were there?
Psst! Nuri, can you do me a favour? Distract the mage. Hop behind the statue and talk to him. He'll think you're the petrified woman.
Shall I tell him about King Chestnut and the turnip ghosts?
No, just answer his questions.
What questions and what should I say?
Listen.
How many attackers were there?
"11 to 15.
What did the mage look like?
He wore a crocus-coloured brooch on his left breast.
How do you know all that?
I don't know anything. I'm just guessing.
From what direction did the attack come?
It came from the northeast.
And in what direction did they depart?
To the northwest. Can you remember all that?
What was he wearing again?
A crocus-coloured brooch on his left breast.
Then let's go.
Thanks, Nuri. You're a big help.
Oh, what a waste of time. It appears the spirit of these peasants has been extinguished once and for all.
Well, okay, the interbacklet. Do I have to make this harder?
Ha! I have contact. They came from the north-west and then went where? Ryder, where are you? I can't remember all this by myself.
That'll keep them busy for a while. It doesn't look like I can push it by hand. Yeah. Whatever's in there, it smells awful. I don't have to cut it. I can just lift it. They smell funny. Somehow... Oh, my head. My fex. What is this stuff? A key.
That's enough, Bryder. We have a statement. Have you thoroughly searched the crime scene?
Yeah, nothing there. If there's anything else, it must be in the tent. I'll just finish writing this up.
Uh-oh. By the time I get up there and the hammock stops swinging, they'll be onto me. Come on, close, quickly. Made it.
And don't disturb the crime scene. I'll hear every sound.
That was close. Huh? There's another one here. Apparently the mages haven't even found him yet. Prius be with me. That's the mask from the burial chamber. What else has that merchant fellow been keeping from me? He's got the mask firmly clutched in his hand. I need to use rougher measures if I want to get it loose. What I need is a hammer and chisel. For that, I first need to enter the clearing unseen. It doesn't look like... Good riddance. It fits. I really impressed the kid with this. She surely won't mock me again. It would break, the mage would turn around and spot me at once. It would break, The mage would turn around and spot me at once.
Hey!
Not
I told
like the
you not to
bag.
break anything. I
Nothing
have no
else in
idea
there.
what everyone sees in her.
Got it, and now I'm out of here.
Oh, who do we have here? Brider, there's a new suspect. What have you got there, boy?
This?
That can't be.
Master Bodiak? What is that?
Nothing. Take it from him and give it to me. That is quite obviously a very dangerous artifact. I must immediately take it to the school for study. Question the swineherd in the meantime.
Understood. So who are you? And why are you sneaking around here?
You can't just take the artifact.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. The School of Arcane Combat wants to know what terrible thing has happened around here. I, on the other hand, am surprised at how boring our investigations have been so far. So please don't make this too easy for me or I'll be even more disappointed. First question. What sort of artifact was that?
That was an ancient magical weapon. In the wrong hands, it could cause untold harm.
And how did someone like you come to possess something so powerful?
I found it behind the tent. One of the statues had it in its hand. Is that all? Can I go now?
Boy, you are boring. You didn't even try to lie to me. This kingdom can't even get incidents of black magic right. And now for my last question. Who are you anyway?
I'm Giron.
Fine, that's all. You may go.
Seriously?
I can see from 100 paces that you're harmless. Or do you have another question before you return to your uneventful life?
You're a novice at the wizard school, right?
Right, a combat mage in training. Forever damned to serve the Undergastrian nobility in their mindless squabbling with Nostria.
Why don't you leave if you don't like it?
First, I have to make it through my training.
What happened to the Ptolemede?
We don't know. He probably won't be too far. All his belongings are still here. We suspect he's hiding in the forest.
What happened here?
Didn't I already tell you? Last night, 5 Antigastrians got together at the Fat Ham Inn to drive a Ptolemede merchant from the forest. And they were found like this the next morning.
You didn't say that they met at the inn, or that there were 5 of them.
Well, now you know.
Your teacher seemed very excited about my artifact.
That's the way he is. He collects rare artifacts, travels around a lot for them. Supposedly, he once even went to the Rashtulian Wall to Draconia. But I don't know any more about that.
Are you good at riddles?
What sort of riddles?
How about, as the stone over the scarab, so rules the scarab over the stone?
What's the context?
I can't tell you.
Then I can't solve it. Well, I think that's enough. Get lost so I can keep searching in peace.
I think I've seen enough. Come on, Nuri. I'll take you home.
What should we do now?
Did you hear what the mage said? She mentioned there were 5 people in the mob, but there were only 4 pillars in the clearing. What if the 5th person escaped? There would be a witness.
Or you just let me stay a raven. It isn't all that bad.
Not as long as I can do something about it. I'll ask around in town and try to find out what happened to Faye. You better stay here.
I'm tired anyway. I'll just sleep for a while. Will you wake me if there's any news?
I will. Sweet dreams. I tried everything. I asked Hazinda clerics, stole magic books from the school, made pacts with witches. Nothing and nobody can restore the power of the artifact. And anyway, Nuri's old body is lost forever. I hope this Fahi will keep his promise. I prefer the well outside the gates, and since yesterday I also know why. Anyone who's different will end up there sooner or later. At least I was spared that when I was young. You ugly beasts. After I solve Fahi's riddle, I'll hopefully never have to lay my eyes on you again. The warriors in the temple don't like me. They think I'm a cowardly louse who only brings them misfortune in combat. At least that's what they say.
I bid you a good morning.
What is a jester doing in Hilda's booth?
I'm no mountebank. I'm a businessman. Should I wear rags like you? Oh, how I loathe these country bumpkins.
What was that?
Nothing. Can I interest you in some colourful ceramics? Or perhaps some fine glassware? I'm just passing through, so it's now or never.
You deal in glassware?
I heard that there is no glass in Undergast. You don't even have windows in this humble corner of the world. I came here to change that. How was I supposed to know that these stinking pig farmers don't have any money?
Did you notice anything suspicious last night?
Did the thief visit you too?
What thief?
One of my glass boxes was stolen. I could only see the fellow from a distance. He carried a long staff on his back. Blasted herdsman.
Maybe it was a magic staff.
By the gods! What would a magician want with my cheap goods? I mean, I wouldn't have thought this rebel had that much taste.
What was stolen?
A jewellery box made from fake gemstones. The junk wasn't worth anything anyway.
Then why was it stolen?
Did I say that out loud? It was worth a fortune, of course.
Can you tell me anything about a stone and a scarab?
Is it a regular stone or a precious stone?
Good question. That's enough. Thanks.
Weren't you going to buy anything?
No, thank you.
Such a waste of time.
I liked Hilda's old stand better.
Garon!
Giacomo!
Hello, Garon.
Hello, Hilda.
What luck! Here I was thinking I'd sent you to your doom. Is it true what they say? Have people really been turned into stone pillars?
Yes, it's true.
By the gods!
How do you know Fahi?
I met him on my travels. He was said to own a rare fairy artifact I was interested in.
He's an artifact dealer?
He trades in them. but I never got the impression that he knows much about them. He even tried to sell me the fairy artifact as a mere ritual stone from the southern jungles. He had no idea what a treasure he was sitting on.
If Fahi is just a simple merchant, where did he get the power to transform Nuri back?
I don't know his secret, but I saw it with my own eyes. We were enjoying a cup of Tulamid gold when he brought out a pot with a berry bush and transformed it into a crane before my very eyes.
It could have been an illusion.
No, Geron. It was the most powerful magic I have ever seen. And he was smiling cheerfully as though it was no effort at all. Geron. That man can mold lives into other forms as he wishes.
Even into stone?
I assume so.
What about Fahi's dream?
Princess Saja's journey?
He only told me the beginning. Do you know the rest?
No. But the battle which he joined was the great battle in the Gorian desert between the demon lord Borbarat and Rohal the Wise. All Aventuria struggled to save the world from the demon invasion. Unfortunately, there was no one who could relate the tale.
Why not?
There wasn't a single survivor.
What about Fahi's riddle?
The stone and the scarab? I don't know. But perhaps it's the key to this whole story.
Can a single riddle really be that important?
Fai seemed convinced of it.
Let's talk about something else. Were you here yesterday evening?
Yes, but in my room. The mood downstairs was too aggressive for me. There was a lot of alcohol involved.
Can you remember who was here?
The 3 at the next table, and then 4 others.
5 people attacked Fahi's tent yesterday, but only 4 were petrified. So the 5th must be here in this room. But which of the 3 is it? How's the fairy research coming along?
All my energy is going into researching the reasons for Nuri's tragic transformation. It's difficult enough to study a people that don't even exist in Aventuria. Now I have to understand an exchange of souls between a raven and a fairy as well.
I don't know how I can ever repay you for your help.
Well, there is something.
Tell me.
Can you bring me some wine from Hilda's bar? She won't give me any.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Geron. You can put it in here.
Thanks, Giacomo. I'll see you later.
Wait, Fahi may prove to be a dark mage, but if you want to transform Nuri back, he's our only hope.
What are you talking about?
Fairies need fairy magic nearby, or their spirit changes. And for a long time, Nuri's body was the greatest source of fairy magic that she had. That means if you don't change her back soon, she'll lose everything that makes her a fairy. She'll forget everything. She'll forget who you are and what you experienced together. She'll even forget who she once was.
We can't let that happen.
Do you have any idea what happened to Fai?
No, but I will soon. Hey, who was with the mob in the forest yesterday?
They're very obstinate fellows.
I'll handle them somehow. A sight for the gods. Hello, Hilda. Hello.
I thought you didn't see me.
Since when are you the new barmaid?
Oh, since the sowing season. Did you miss me in the marketplace?
I was just asking. Can you tell me who was here yesterday evening?
Everybody that's here now. And then Wolfram, with his sister and 2 friends. But they say something happened to them in the forest yesterday.
Thanks. That's all I need to know. What kind of wine is that?
That's red Geron. From the North Marshes. Sounds delicious, huh?
Actually, it sounds like someone owes me a sample.
I'm sorry, but this barrel has been ordered and paid in advance by Count Svendrik Rostling. He's going to pick it up tonight.
See you later, Hilda.
Don't keep me waiting.
Were the 3 of you here last night?
Who's asking?
Just tell me, were you?
None of your business.
All three of us were here.
The whole night?
The whole godless night.
Hey, you! Wake up. Where were you last night?
Playing cards.
And?
Drinking.
The whole evening?
I don't know. Maybe.
You seem to be very relaxed.
My wife gave me the day off. And that after I spent half of last night carousing. A good woman.
Just drinking?
Not much. I had to play cards with my friend here, after all.
Who won?
Well, I did. This bum was a lot more drunk than I was and had to run outside all the time.
Was he gone long?
No, not very long, but long enough. Stupid. You should never leave an experienced player completely alone at the table in the middle of a game. An expensive lesson, but a necessary one.
Why are you staring at the boy like that?
I'm counting the lice on his head. Don't distract me.
Did you do that last night too?
No. Last night I got stewed and did my father proud. By Swafnir, did I quaff a lot.
So you were here the whole evening?
Yeah, right in this spot.
I think one of you is lying.
And who is that supposed to be?
You.
And what makes you say that?
The others were much too drunk. You are the only one who could have made it to the forest.
And what if I wasn't in the forest at all? That doesn't prove a thing. And now let me smoke my pipe in peace.
Ah, the circle of life. Here, piglets are happily suckled, and at the inn they're serving pork roast. It's a never-ending loop. They seem so cheerful and carefree. Hard to believe that at some point they'll grow up to be Andergastrians. I'd better not distract him. The sheep will be slaughtered soon enough. I'd better not distract him. The sheep will be slaughtered soon enough. The school courtyard is quiet. The students are probably out on maneuvers in the woods.
Hey there, birdcatcher. The School of Arcane Combat is only for mages and novices. What are you doing here?
Master Bodiak asked me to come.
Master Bodiak isn't here. Come back later if you want something from him.
The warriors in the temple don't like me. They think I'm a cowardly louse who only brings them At least that's what they say. Not before I'm finished here. I'll bring you your wine soon. Be patient. Hilda would have to tap the barrel first. The wine now flows freely to the ground. This is going to take a while. I'll just put the carafe under the drip and have a look at the ham while I wait. Fex be thanked. She didn't notice a thing.
Thank you, Garon.
Don't mention it. See you later.
What can I do for you?
Can you tell me who was here yesterday evening?
Everybody that's here now. And then Wolfram, with his sister and 2 friends. But they say something happened to them in the forest yesterday.
Thanks. That's all I need to know. See you later, Hilda.
Don't keep me waiting.
Hey. One of you went to help attack the Ptolemede in the forest last night. And I want to know who.
Beat it. No one here is ratting out anybody.
Exactly.
If I want a confession, I'll have to be a little more clever than that. I think one of...
And who is that supposed to be?
The Thorwalian.
And what makes you say that?
He claims to have been passed out here all night. But you said that you were alone every time you cheated at cards.
That's true. Now that you mention it, he was gone a pretty long time.
Shh. Quiet. I have to count.
Where were you? Not with my wife again, were you?
Blast. Now I miscounted.
Hey, I asked you a question.
Stop arguing! And please leave my guests alone, Garon.
I'm sorry, Hilda, but this is an important matter.
I know. I was there.
What?
I'm the one you're looking for. I saw it all. I was drunk and, Garon, I didn't know what they were up to. I thought they were just fooling around.
Tell me what happened.
Wolfram said the Ptolemedes are in league with the demons and merely disguised as simple merchants. Supposedly, they're trying to smuggle a dark artifact into the country. He said they want to use it to overthrow King Ephodon and turn all women into love slaves. First, Hartman was supposed to sneak into the tent and steal the artifact, and then signal to us with his lantern. That was supposed to be the sign to attack.
But it didn't get that far, did it?
I don't know. It's all so hazy.
Try to remember. You should start from the beginning.
I'll try. I remember it had just stopped raining when we finally reached the clearing.
Demon.
Oh, Garon, it was so horrible. There were horns growing out of his body all over, and he had a long, glowing staff on his back.
Just like the princess.
Promise me things will soon be the way they used to be.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it myself.
Will you now? Come outside with me, will you? Last. If If the school learns of the demon rumors, they'll take the case away from me in an instant. What shall I do with you?
You could let me go.
We're well beyond that point. Do you also believe it was a demon? And why am I asking you? You probably believe everything you're told.
A demon in Andergast? That's quite unheard of. It would certainly stir things up around here.
That it would, indeed. All right, it's decided.
What?
Here's charcoal and parchment. Have Hilda draw you a picture of the attacker. We have to know exactly what we're dealing with here.
We?
Then find out what the beast wants. Maybe there's something we can use as bait.
As bait?
Right. And third, I need an astral accumulator. Well, my own astral energy probably won't be sufficient.
Sufficient? For what?
We need to be well prepared if we're going to set up a trap. Do I have to do everything by myself?
I thought you didn't want me to get into danger.
Oh, I just wanted to get rid of you. I thought you were just a curious lumberjack. Now I know you're one of those would-be heroes, and I have sympathy for would-be heroes. I would also rather leap fully unprepared into a dark dragon's cave and risk my life than spend my days shearing sheep. Besides, time is short and I need help.
You could have had the whole school of magic behind you.
As soon as they find out that I'm hunting a demon, they'll pull me right off the case and let the masters do it. And I'd hate to let them have all the fun.
You want to catch a full-grown demon? You're just a lowly novice.
I can beat the other novices with one hand tied behind my back. And yes, I want to catch it. And banish it. Of course it's risky. But I'm not going to miss out on the adventure of my life by being careful. All that's missing is the drawing of the demon, bait, and the astral accumulator. And then we can get started.
Why should I help you?
I don't know. You were sneaking around the scene of the crime, questioning witnesses. You'll achieve your goal faster if you help me. Besides, you're old enough to know what you're doing.
I don't know what I should think of this woman, but if I don't play along, she might find Fahi before me. So you need a drawing of the entity, bait to lure it, and,
An astral accumulator. Here, I wrote it down for you. And you'll need this as well.
a ring with a lens?
That's another artifact from Alric's collection. It's called a hare's eye, an invention of the Master Dahoto. If you look through it, you can see traces of magic in the environment. Try it. Stay here. I need to be sure that you have understood how to use the lens. Did you see anything?
These glass shards?
Did they glow?
Yes.
That means someone cast magic on them. Maybe even our friend. Keep following the trail. Maybe there'll be a hint of what he's looking for.
I can keep the hare's eye?
Why not? The spell only lasts 3 days anyway. After that, the lens is worthless.
And what if I follow the trail and run right into the beast's arms?
Then you scream. Good luck. You can find me in the clearing.
Who have I come across now?
By the way, my name's Bryda.
I'm Giron.
Good hunting, Geron. On a rather unusual sort of hunt.
The tracks lead up to my window. Doesn't work. Some parts are still missing. What's that? More broken glass? Somebody was here last night. Someone who by the light of the lantern picked something apart piece by piece and watched us sleeping at the same time. What's going on here? I tried everything. The artifact will remain broken. The whole thing was an ugly glass box. There's a gap in the lid, as if one single piece was still missing. I don't know. To set a trap for the demon, Bryder needs me to get her the following things: an exact description of the entity, preferably from multiple sources, an accumulator for astral energy from the school, and something for bait. Whatever the entity appears to be seeking in Andergast, if there is such a thing. I don't want to wake her. I prefer the well outside the gates. And since
Nice to see you.
what was stolen?
The junk wasn't worth anything anyway.
Then why was it
Did I say that? It was worth a fortune, of course. Weren't you going to...
No, thank.
Such a...
Does this tell you anything?
By fex, that's it. That's the glass box that was stolen. Where did you find it?
In the road. Someone picked it apart, shard by shard.
Yes, and kept only the rubies.
There are rubies missing?
Yes, the hole in the lid held a glass ruby.
Someone's going around stealing rubies?
Yes, supposedly several have disappeared between here and the Midden Realm in recent weeks.
I should tell Bryder about that.
May I have the box back now?
Oh, it just broke in my hands.
Oh, keep it. This is all pointless anyway.
Could you draw me a picture of the thief?
He carried a staff on his back. That's all I noticed.
This may have been a container once, but in its current state I'll never be able to fill it.
What can I do for you?
See you later.
Don't keep...
Can you draw me a picture of the attacker?
I can try. That's him. That's what he looked like.
Is that a magic staff on his back? Thanks, Hilda. You've been a big help.
I just hope they catch that monster as soon as possible. I won't be able to get a moment's sleep until then.
Don't worry, I'm already working on it.
Thank the gods.
What's that?
A picture of the attacker last night.
One thing is certain. That is not Fahi. I'm sorry, Garon, but I'm afraid I only know about fairy magic. And why?
The whole thing was an ugly glass box. There's a gap in the lid, as if one single piece was still missing. The gap in the lid is now full of red wine. I need...
Garon?
Nothing. I can't see anything magical here. He said that only one glass ruby is missing. So much for the wine. The whole thing was an ugly... There's a gap. The gap in the lid is now full of red wine.